Hello, Shannon.
Hi.
I'm so
It's a
happy
long
to
time.
see you.
Yeah, likewise.
This is my friend Shannon,
Yeah,
and he's
hi.
amazing.
No.
He's a dancer, he's a choreographer. Yep,
That's what I'm
single
getting at.
and straight. So let's go and have a chat. Welcome to Tea with Jules.
Pleasure to be here.
I'm
Thank
very,
you.
very happy to see you. It's been so many years since I've seen you, and you're in town from LA
I am.
because of so many amazing things that you've done, and it's actually, I don't even know how to list it off, but I'm just going to go with you're a dancer, you're a choreographer, and you're just an all-round legend, really. And I think you're Australia's best kept secret. That's what I think.
Is that a fact?
I do. I mean, I'm like, does anyone know what this Aussie guy is doing in the world? It's so amazing.
I don't know. Yeah.
You dance for everyone. You dance for J-Lo, Janet Jackson, Christina Aguilera, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, Michael Jackson. It's actually all of the most famous people in the world, and I feel like as a dancer, you can't get any bigger and better than that.
Yeah, it's been a good ride, yeah. I'm proud of all those achievements for sure.
What was your first big gig where you thought, oh my gosh, this is huge?
I mean, my first opportunity that I got over there was actually for Britney Spears. No, I didn't really speak too much about that. I felt,
What?
I actually crashed an audition.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has changed my whole life. What?
Yeah.
I did not know about Britney Spears.
No, because
Okay,
it didn't come to fruition properly. Okay, so I crashed the audition and got the job.
What do you mean? So you felt like you just missed a move, or you just didn't...
No, I crashed the audition as I wasn't invited. I didn't have representation, and I heard there was an audition going on for Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And so I just turned up.
You crashed it as in you just rocked up?
Yeah, I just rocked up.
I thought you meant you like stuffed it up.
No. So I rocked up.
Yeah.
And I got the job.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's just I'm the biggest Britney Spears fan in the whole world. Like, the biggest. Which tour was it?
All her circuit. It was her comeback. So Womanizer, Circus.
I saw that show twice.
Yeah, okay.
I saw it in LA and I saw it in Sydney.
They were pretty mega.
What? I didn't even know you were in that.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay, so this is part two of the story.
Sorry. Okay.
So I started rehearsing with them and had the immigration lawyer on it to make sure I could be legal and work on the job and then get the right paperwork. And because to get that O1 visa, you have to have the job. And so I got the deal memo for it. So then I started organising the next part. And then the music video we were rehearsing for, I had like a 3-week gap to make everything work out and go to the US consulate outside of America, pick up my papers, come back. Mm-hmm. And the day before the shoot, it didn't come through. And so legally, that's a no-go. I would never, I had to leave the country.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I had to give up the job. Yeah.
Did you feel like that was that? Like, do you feel like sort of like a closing door where you think, well, now I'm never going to do anything, I'm never going to have that opportunity?
No, I never thought that, but I was definitely disappointed in it not working out.
Yeah.
I didn't stop believing in myself from something like that. I think if anything, I was like, I've got the potential to. But then as a matter of fact, I got a phone call a month later from her camp anyway.
Yep.
They wanted me, they actually checked up on me.
Yep.
And I was over here working on a Coca-Cola commercial, but I was contracted to them for a while.
Right.
And then a timing thing again, I couldn't get back over there to follow through. However,
yes,
because of all this happening,
yes,
I get a phone call from my agent in the US who was established because of the Britney job. Mm-hmm. They're like, would you be interested in auditioning for Michael Jackson? And I was like, what? The guy that I looked up to as an artist, as the performer.
It's not a question, really.
No. And I was like, absolutely. Mm. And it was invite only, so they went back to the camp and they're like, we've got this Aussie guy, he's had to go back to Australia. Would you be interested in seeing, would he be able to audition for Michael? And yep, they called me back and they're like, they'd like to see you. The audition's in 2 days.
You're in Sydney.
I was in
the
Sydney
auditions
working on Happy Feet or something on another contract.
Yeah.
So I have to go to them, George Miller and Warner Brothers, and straight away, Shannon, go. We want you to go and experience this, and they gave me their blessing.
Yep.
And the rest is history.
Talk me through auditioning for Michael Jackson, because he is a legend. He is an absolute icon, and in the dancing world, he's the pinnacle.
That's the reason why a lot of people dance.
So you get the opportunity. So are you in the room with him, or do you have to go through a whole lot of stages before you?
It was exciting. It was massive. I've never experienced anything like that before. Mm-hmm. It went over 3 days, actually, if you succeeded through each round. I think they culled it down to about 1,000 auditionees only, 1,000 talent to come in. Mm-hmm. And I know they had something like 10,000 submissions or something crazy from around the world.
And how many dancers do they need at the end of the day?
There was 10 of us. Yeah, 2 girls. And, oh, wait, is that the one? Sorry, guys, if you're watching this. I don't want... Maybe 12. Maybe there was 12 of us.
Give or take.
Okay. Yeah.
So from 1,000 down to 10 or 12.
Yes.
You have to go through 3 days of auditioning.
Yeah.
And
pretty grueling. But I felt very confident. It'd been something that I felt like I'd been training for my entire life. Because from copying the moves and being inspired by the music videos, you're already aware of the intention behind it and what.
Yep.
So they made cuts the first day. Mm-hmm. So after a day of auditions, the next day was kind of a repeat recycle. And I think the girls were in that day. Mm-hmm. Third day, Michael Jackson came in to watch the whole thing. Yeah, they made the announcement, he's on his way, and we were just all like, "Oh, what?" I don't get nervous much, but I definitely get that fire, that burning excitement.
So Michael Jackson walks in the door.
Okay, yeah.
I would have peed in my pants a little bit. That's what would have happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty surreal. Unbelievable.
Did he moonwalk in?
No.
That was
so that's another story. But yeah, walked in, sat down, but like a movie again. Dark in the audience, because we're in a Nokia Theatre, so we're on a massive stage they'd hired, which is Microsoft Theatre now, but it's like 8,000 seats.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yep.
They hold American Music Awards there, the Grammys sometimes. Yep. So it's that space. Yep. We're auditioning on that stage. Mm-hmm. And he's just sitting in the front row with Kenny Ortega and all the production, not all the production team, but the important casting team, choreographers. And then he's there to watch you try and do his material that's become so famous and a benchmark of performance.
And you guys became quite close, right?
Well, close through the process, yeah. I mean, didn't get to know him too much outside of that. We didn't spend any time outside of the rehearsal. We were there 6 days a week. The hours by the time we're doing tech runs and in Staples Center and things, we were there till 2 a.m, etc. Yep. And then towards the end, he'd come later in the day. And as we all know how it all kind of panned out, unfortunately, a lot of more information came to light and the reasons why he came later. And at the time, we didn't know the extent of any of that.
Right, that he wasn't well. And
Yeah. We knew he was tired, I'll say, but that's with anyone. He's twice the age. We're tired too. Yeah. But we're all, the morale was so high. We're all fighting for him to... we're going to London soon. We all wanted to hit that stage with him just as much as he wanted to hit the stage. And he even turned to me one day when we were shooting some intro stuff for Smooth Criminal. His kids came to set and he turned to me and he said, "You know what? My kids have never seen me perform live." And from what I took from that, this is the moment that he gets to show his kids what he's all about.
Wow. When you found out the news that he had actually passed away, and I guess, you guys would have had all those hopes and dreams and that moment of your own lives where you would have been on stage with Michael Jackson.
You're not wrong. There's a lot.
Stop right there. And obviously sad to lose him, an icon, and all of that. There's
exactly.
Just a lot. That's a lot. And that's a big thing to have to deal with in your life. How did you...
Also when it was all going down, we were on the stage rehearsing.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was meant to come in a few hours.
Yeah.
And you see
we're rehearsing Dirty Diana. And I can't remember, I haven't thought about this stuff in so long, but someone whispers in Kenny Ortega's ear, and you kind of see him take a moment, and he goes, guys, we're just going to take a 5-minute break. Something's up. We're like, okay. And he goes, no, you know what, we'll just keep pushing through, we'll work through it. Something's happening with Michael, you know, we can't read in, we don't know anything. Things happen, you know, the media love him, and as in love having a story.
Yeah.
They have never been encouraging the entire time for him, you know, they like any news, whether it's good or bad. And so he said, don't worry, this might be a media trained situation, or we don't know. And then he didn't really tell us. We kept working, and then again, a few minutes later, it was like, he turns to us and said, okay, we got to take a break, this is getting serious. So we get off the stage and we go back to the green room. There was only 4 of us in this routine, so when we got back there, all the other dancers had arrived, and they're all chilling in the green room and didn't really have their TVs on too much or anything. And then we were like, turn on the TV, next minute TMZ and news, you know, Michael Jackson cardiac arrest, and we're like, no, he's meant to be here.
Yeah.
It's like, we're on his room's right there. I'm like, this is not right. What? And then, you know, don't believe it. We don't know. We don't have enough. Once again, it was like, just think the best of the situation. Maybe it's not that bad, you know. Then called into a meeting with everyone. Like 100 people were in production rehearsals at the time, and all holding hands. We all say a prayer. Because I think by that point I was like, okay, something's really, this is real now. The family have gone to AEG, and people had left Staples Center to go to the hospital, and from what I remember, that's kind of how it played out. And then, and then went back to the green room and just waited it out again, it was not good.
No.
Yeah, very broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tough to see. The hardest thing, no, not the hardest thing, you know, seeing grown men break down. Like the truckies and just the roadies who were there setting up the stage, be really affected.
Yeah.
Because the whole process was perfect. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Or the feeling behind it. Obviously, it wasn't going well for Michael, but from what we knew, we were preparing for the biggest show in history, record-breaking ticket sales, and probably the biggest stage show, live tour show in history.
Yeah. And then it was over.
Yeah, lost it, yeah. But losing someone you looked up to.
Yeah.
And then the job was second afterthought. That wasn't what was important, but that hit home, you know, pretty soon thereafter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's just so many layers to that. So many layers.
And also I was there by myself, being the Aussie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was in a hotel, and it all kind of just crumbled, and I was like, where do I go?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah, because that's months of your future. Just
I was kind of left like, who's gonna? Yeah.
Did you call your mama?
Of course, yeah. I had phone calls galore from everyone. Is it true? What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we weren't able to talk about it too much during the day. We didn't even know what's going on, you know, couldn't speculate. Then, of course, media were trying to get involved.
Yeah.
And just wanted to be respectful and let it play out the way that it should.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
It's such a mixed bag, because it's such a dream come true, and then so many things just happen, and it's so sad all at the same time.
And the hard thing too was, like what happens now? I just reached my dream.
Yeah.
It was a pinnacle.
Yeah.
But the thing that I took away from it was that he gave me my opportunity to reside in America, give me a platform, and I was able, you know, I'm able to achieve other things now.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it.
Yep. What an experience. I mean, honestly, I could sit here and talk to you all day about all of the things that you've done. One thing that I desperately have to talk to you about is The Greatest Showman, because I've seen that movie 6 times at the movie theatre.
All right.
6!
Thanks for the support.
Yeah.
You're the reason why it's so successful.
Yeah, all of my tickets.
On the back end of the, yeah.
I loved everything about it. Everything, every scene, every song, every actor, everything.
Great.
And so I went home immediately. We were home for Christmas in Adelaide. Guy and I went to see it with some friends.
Okay.
And I immediately went home and Googled everything I could possibly find.
Yeah.
And ask me any question. I'm sure you know more than me, but I'll challenge you.
All right.
And then you're in it. You're the tattoo man.
Yeah.
And then
Did you know when you were at all?
No, had no
Not really,
idea.
yeah.
And then I was like, to God, I was like, that's Shannon. He's like, no. I was like, that's Shannon. And then you said your one line, over my entire body. Yeah. And I was like, that's him.
Super deep voice, as you can tell. I don't have the deep voice. Totally in the role. I was like, this guy's tough.
You're super tough.
Yeah, no.
And then I obviously just sat and watched all the credits after the show, and I'm like, he did the choreography. I was like,
part of contributing,
yeah, some of it. But you were, now I know, even more involved in that. So tell me what you did. Michael Gracie is the director. He's also an Australian.
Aussie.
You guys were living together. And
in New York for the
making
film,
this movie.
Yeah. We're in LA shooting a commercial that he's directing. And he asked me and another friend, Daniel Cloudcamp, he's another great artist, to quickly do a treatment to send off for another TVC, which involved Hugh Jackman. So on the spot, we made up this a cappella rhythmic kind of freestyle dance while he narrated the whole thing, and really quickly put together. But he got the job. And a few months later, we're in Rio de Janeiro shooting a Lipton iced tea commercial with Hugh Jackman. And then that's where, long story short, that's where Hugh Jackman told MG about this film that they were trying to get off the ground, and was impressed by Michael's work from this commercial and wanted Michael to take a look at it. They stuck it out for a very long time. 7 years later, finally getting made.
Wow.
But I was brought on board. Michael always wanted me a part of it, and I'd work for other things for him during that time. And he brought me on board to help develop the musical sequences with a previs supervisor who's essentially works in VFX and animation. And we got the script, some music. Not even all the music was finished when we're developing this stuff, just making things up on the spot. You have concept art, and with Michael's notes and a few directorial notes, we're there free rein to kind of pull it together and make it up, and making up the dance steps, and then, or I'd receive dance steps from the choreographer who was going to eventually be on the film down the track, and make his stuff work in the scene, and create the environment, the characters. Amazing process. But to see it on your work and the final product, and you're like, I helped on that.
Did you know you were going to be in it, or did you didn't know that at that point?
Michael was trying to figure out how I was going to be in it. At that point in time, there wasn't a lot of opportunity to have. There was always going to be the oddities, and that would be the only place where I'd live. And even then, he was like, I don't know where you fit into that. So he offered me the strongman to start with. But then, being on the creative side, I did some research. And I was like, the tattoo guy, I think I could look like this guy. And he looks pretty dope. And I was like, I'll play that.
Was it like a bodysuit, or the face was obviously painted on?
Yeah, so they ended up, obviously to save a lot of time in the makeup chair, the makeup artist ended up designing a two-piece mesh suit, a skin suit. And my face was done every day before every scene. And I ended up with semi-permanent tattoos on my hands and neck, which lasted about 2 weeks, and I had to get them redone. So I got it down to about 2.5 hours in the makeup chair every day. But I grew my beard out, grew my hair out. The beard was all me. I wanted it to be authentic. I didn't want to wear a fake beard or anything.
Like the bearded lady.
Yes. But she couldn't grow hers, obviously.
Yes, that would...
By choice.
That would make her a true oddity.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, honestly, Shannon, you have so many stories and so many wonderful things that you've done with your life, and we are proud of you. You are flying the flag for Australia across the globe on like a global level
for all us creatives.
Appreciate
We're cheering
that.
you on.
It's not often I hear that though.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously. I think you're
I think
just
it's a
killing
dancer
it.
thing.
Right,
But
okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm no dancer, so I'll fly your flag.
Thank you.
No, you're doing awesome, and I'm so glad you came for tea and shared with me some of your stories. There are a bazillion more.
There are.
Yeah.
T2.
Yeah, let's take
Conference.
2. Let's do this again when
Yeah.
you're in town again,
Yeah.
for sure. But thank you.
Thank you.
And well done you.